mural is divided up into like two sections. There was some water damage in the middle of the wall, so we worked the design around that. And it's really vivid, rich colors.
It was around the time that Prince died, and so Prince was a major theme in the design process too, and made it into the final mural. And there's a big Prince quote running through the whole thing. With the way that society has developed, undervaluing certain people, there has been a huge imbalance of the stories being told. Murals are like a declaration. So you might as well do it big. You might as well declare something really big. I'm a muralist and an artist and an educator and a community organizer here in Minneapolis.
And I'm an interdisciplinary public artist, visual artist, painter, muralist, educator, sculptor.
I think of art as telling stories. You can stand in front of a group of people and say, this is my experience, this is how it impacted me, and that can be a really powerful way to connect with somebody.
The process of creating the artwork is crucial. You're trying to create an environment where you're getting people to feel inspired and ideas have a place to build. We met through working with Mia and Hope Community. So I think we might have been aware of each other's work, and then we ended up collaborating and working together last summer on a mural.
There's a larger partnership that's been developing between Hope and Mia around how to bridge the institution with the community. Last year we did our first mural with a group called St. Stephen's. It's an organization that works with people who've experienced homelessness. If you want to think about voices that are not being asked to share their experiences, that's one of them.
I know what it's like not having a voice or feeling like you have a voice but there's no one listening. To me, when we talk about murals, what we're really talking about is life. And so to a degree, it's not even really about the murals. It's about, I have an idea, I have a dream, and what are you gonna do to go from beginning to end?
Mia provided the wall and support and some of the funding and a lot of collaboration.
When we put together this mural, it was, tell us from your eyes, what is that experience? For those who don't know what you experience, what is it? Like having to panhandle and whatever pride associated with having to own up to being able to need help and being in a public piece.
The process was really powerful as well. People would tell a story about their life and somebody else would say, whoa, I had the same experience, and then we would add that to the mural. You need to have lots of different skills. You need to have people who are idea people and people who are really good artists and people who can move materials. So a lot of it is in just building people up to the point where they can paint on the wall.
It's really cool to see people develop that confidence to go in and do it. And people just have like a sense of pride in like being able to use their voices to like express themselves.
To never see yourself represented, it's erasure. So telling the story of homelessness, with a lot of dignity, that asks a lot of questions about society. Why are things the way they are? Why is this the only way that we're getting these stories? I think being able to see yourself represented, especially to be able to be part of creating the representation of yourself, is healing.
I feel that art is the connective tissue. It's a great equalizer because it speaks to people in a way that, maybe politics doesn't. Politics may divide, whereas art brings people together.
I definitely enjoy working on a bigger palette. To have things at that scale when you're talking about telling the story of many people to a community is important. They're able to be drawn in and see it from down the block or walking down the street, as opposed to if it was something smaller, they wouldn't have that same reach.
Organizing is really about listening at its core and then acting. And I think that that's what community art can be about too.